Hey, this is Geraldine. Tonight we're going to make banana nut bread. And I have all my ingredients measured out and ready to go. The first thing we're going to do is sift and measure our dry ingredients, which includes I'm making 2 batches of this banana nut bread tonight. So we're going to use 4 cups of plain flour. We're going to use 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're going to use 4 teaspoons of baking powder and 2 teaspoons of soda. And that will be our dry ingredients. We're going to put them all together with the flour, the plain flour, which is 4 cups. Sift them in. And the recipe says that you can sift the dry ingredients twice. But to me, if you sift them one time, that's plenty. And that's all I do. So I'm sifting our dry ingredients here. And of course, you know, there are going to be little lumps in the soda and the baking powder. So I'm just mashing them through the sieve. Okay, that takes care of the flour. Now the next thing we're going to do is mash the bananas. We're going to have 2 cups of mashed bananas. And I just take a potato masher and mash them around, and then you put 2 teaspoons of lemon juice in here to keep the bananas from turning brown until you are ready to use them. And just mix all that together. It doesn't have to be smooth. It can have some lumps in it, that's fine. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do is it calls for 3 cups of granulated sugar. We have that right here. We're going to put it in here, and then it calls for a cup of shortening or margarine, which we have here. And I'm going to add that to the sugar, and it's room temperature too. It tends to mix much better at room temperature. So that's what I would suggest you do before you get ready to make your banana nut bread. Okay, and we're going to tighten up this bowl, and we're going to start this to creaming up together with the sugar. Okay, we're back with our banana nut bread, and the sugar, granulated sugar, and the butter has mixed together for about 2 minutes, and it's creamed. And now we're going to add our eggs after we get it down. We want to make sure we pull it down off the side of the mixer so that it can be in the bottom and get mixed well with the eggs. So now we're going to add our eggs one at a time and mix them good. Okay, so that's mixed together very well. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to add part of our dry ingredients with the milk. But it asks for a 1/2 cup of sour milk. I don't have that on hand, so I'm going to make my own sour milk by putting a teaspoon of vinegar into the whole milk. And that will make your sour milk. So we're going to alternate the dry ingredients with the milk. So we're going to be careful about this because it will sling this all up on you. We're going to add about 1/3 of it at a time and let it mix a little bit on slow. Add some milk. move this out of the way. And this out of the way. Keep a clean counter so you'll know what you're doing. Okay, and next it says that we've already mixed the bananas with the lemon juice, and we're going to put this mixture in next. Okay, now the next thing we'll do here is to fold in the nuts and the vanilla. We have the vanilla, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. We have 2 cups of chopped pecans that we're adding. So we're going to add the pecans and the vanilla. Okay, here we go. Keep a clean counter so we can always know what we're doing. We've got everything that we need. Okay, now then we're going to put the mixture into the bake pans. Let's make sure we let this up and get all that goodness off of that beater. Okay, and we'll use this because we haven't dumped it in the sink yet. Oh. And I'm a firm believer in not wasting anything that's not necessary to waste. Okay, now we're going to get our mixture into our prepared bake pans. We've got them greased down with margarine, and then I put a piece of wax paper in each one of them to overlap so that whenever they get completely done, we're going to bake them at 350 until they're brown, and then we're going to lower the temperature to 300 until it's done. That usually takes about 45 minutes to an hour. It depends on your oven and how hot it cooks or bakes. So now we're going to just add the mixture to our pans.
Smells good.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be delicious when it's baked. Thank you, Amber, for your help. It makes it go a lot quicker when you got some helping hands. We're going to make sure that these pans are evened out. We don't want to overfill them, but we want to fill them enough. So we're going to do this other pan some more. And when you put them in your oven to bake them, make sure you set them up on a baking sheet or something like that in case it does get some. If it overflows, it'll overflow on the baking sheet and not in your oven. That would make a big mess.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna bake these, and then when they're baked, we'll come back and show you the finished product.
And it's at 350, you said, for probably closer to an hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we're back at the oven. We had it on 350 for 40 minutes until the cake started to brown. Okay, now we're turning down the oven to 300 degrees, and we're going to cook it for 15 more minutes
What they look like?
for it to be done. And here's how they look right now. They're good and brown. but they need to finish up the inside cooking. So it's still not done, but we're turning down the temperature so it can finish baking. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, our cakes are coming out of the oven now, our banana nut bread. We sort of overfilled the baking pans a little bit, so it took longer than we expected for it to cook done. It took an hour and 25 minutes for it to cook done. And I'm taking the plastic off of the cake, off the banana nut bread now, and to show you the finished product. And it came right out of the pan so easily. And when it cools down, we'll cut it. And it's going to take about 30 minutes for it to cool down. So we'll come back when we get ready to cut it.
Yep.
Thank you for watching.
Go to. Alright. Wait, let me turn this.
Okay.
With clear skin, movie night is a groovy night.
Pause it. Alright, ready? I am ready and. Alright.